right, everyone, we got some amazing news from Amazon today. They revealed their monetization changes for Lost Ark for the NA and EU regions, which is coming in early 2022. And let me just say, this is probably the absolute biggest W we could have expected to have gotten for the monetization. I 100% thought that even if we just got a one-to-one rip of Korea's monetization, the game would still be successful. But with the changes that we've gotten for our version, it's just great. It's just awesome. So we're gonna talk about all that. But before that, if you're new to Lost Ark and you're unfamiliar with the monetization or the different types of currencies in the game, we have a little thing right here that's going to talk about what each one is and what it's used for in game. And then we're going to talk about the main changes that they've made and why they're so impactful and so important. So the first thing that's on here is the Royal Crystals. Royal Crystals are the only currency that you will buy with real money. And that is used to buy crystal packages, which is a different currency. It's the next one down, as well as cosmetics or in-game store items, things like pets and mounts and all that sort of good stuff. So that is the main function of Royal Crystals. From there, we have the regular blue crystals. Blue crystals are earned from completing certain in-game activities, quests, achievements. You can also get them from the Royal Crystals. So you are able to buy blue crystals or are acquired with gold through the in-game currency exchange. Similar to Guild Wars 2, if anybody's played Guild Wars 2, you could buy the gems on Guild Wars 2 and convert it to gold and vice versa. Crystals are the main currency used in-game to acquire items, in-game items, as well as items from Mari's Secret Store. Talk about Mari's Secret Store here in a moment, and we'll show it in-game. And there's a really big change that happened with Mari's Store as well that is really important. Gold is earned from completing certain quests, raids, or exchanged with blue crystals. Like we said, you can convert gold to crystals and crystals to gold. Gold is used to get consumables, gear, and reforging your gear at the higher end game levels of your content. So it's a very valuable resource. But you are able to use it to get the blue crystals, which in turn enables you to be able to buy the important stuff that you can get with them. And then silver. Silver is the most common currency, and it is super easily accessible. You will have an abundance of this throughout the entirety of the game, unless you are just spending it nonstop. But pretty much almost anything you do in Lost Ark is going to give you silver. Silver is used to acquire common materials, repair gear, move from continent to continent, used for triports, and purchase items from in-game vendors. Things like your ult stones and whatnot for your ultimate skills that you use in arenas and whatnot, the chaos stones. So now that you understand what these currencies are, what they're used for, let's talk about these changes that they have made. There are some really big changes that we have here. All right. The first one that we're going to talk about is that they said that to ensure all purchases in-game feel optional, it is important players have a path to acquire all items in our in-game store without having to make a purchase. Most items are available with crystals, the blue crystals, which can be earned by trading gold at a player-run exchange. Any item without a crystal price will be tradable via the in-game trading post. This means that all items will be available for in-game earnable currencies, with a few exceptions, such as the founders packs and services like name changes and whatnot. Okay, so anything that can have, gameplay related impact, it is 100% earnable through in-game means as well. The second one is that they have updated the pet feature function. So originally the pet feature, when you had a pet, it had additional effects and abilities on it, passive effects on it, that you would have to spend blue crystals on in order to activate for a duration of time. They have gone and removed that, and now it is combined with the Crystalline Aura. The Crystalline Aura is the optional sub. Now, before I know what you're thinking, okay, well, so now it's not very optional. It's mandatory because it's the sub has the pet effects now. Normally, yes. However, through a confirmation post from Amazon themselves on their Discord, they have confirmed that you will actually be able, for the first time, and this is really important, no other region has this right now. For the first time, you will be able to buy the Crystalline Aura buff, the optional sub, with the blue crystals. Normally, you could only get this with the royal crystals, the ones that you had to cha-ching up for. All right, you are able to get them with the blue crystals. So you farm some gold, you convert them into blue crystals, you're able to get the optional sub through in-game means. You do not need to spend money in order to acquire it. This is such a huge thing that becomes available with this, and is a very nice change for our Western market. All right, so those pet effects now combined in with the sub, and the sub is now obtainable through in-game means and not only through money. Okay. The next big thing that they've done is that they have tuned the timing on Mari's secret store to make products stay in the store for longer periods of time, giving players more time to make a purchase decision. Players will have 72 hours now before items rotate out of Mari's secret store. Mari's secret store is this thing in game right here on the right side. It's a little black market. It has deals for enhancing stones and potions sometimes, and other little, gifts for NPCs for reputation and friendships. And these items rotate every 12 hours. For our version, this is one thing that, might need a little bit of clarification, is a little unsure based on the wording, is whether or not the items that are there will just be staying longer. So instead of them staying for 12 hours and rotating, they stay for 72 hours, but they still keep adding in those new items every 12 hours, but each one stays for 72, or each one rotates every 72 hours. If items are rotating every 72 hours and nothing is being added every 12 hours, just every 72, that would be such a huge change and a very nice change for it, because this would allow players more time to farm blue crystals in game, to be able to get items from Mari's secret store without feeling like, they're in a rush with it. It would be a very nice change overall if that was the case. This is one of the only ones that, not sure which way it means. Either way, the durational increase on it is still nice, because even if it is new ones come in every 12 hours, the fact that they stay for 72 hours still leaves you a nice big extra room of time to be able to spend time to farm gold to convert to blue crystals if there's anything from Mari's secret shop that you do want to get with blue crystals. And then last but not least, the Crystalline Aura. That's right, that optional sub that we were talking about. Now available with blue crystals as well. They have reconstructed the premium service to provide a fair and fully optional benefit to avoid potential pay-to-win mechanical advantages, as that is so important to the Western market. Examples of these changes include removing increased movement speed, increased combat XP, benefits from the subscription. I know for some people, things like move speed and combat XP, some of you might think it's no big deal. Others, having that kind of stuff at the very beginning, people feel, it impacts their gameplay or impacts the launch of a game where people are able to level up faster or move around faster, just because they spent money versus people who did not. So that is something that they've changed. And as such, they've added some of the PC cafe benefits that are usually, Korean exclusive things, because we don't have PC cafes really here in that format. But so they added things like half price ship tickets and free tri-port trips. So things like that. So all that does is really just cut down some of the silver that you're spending, but it's not huge parts of it anyways. So these were the 4 big monetization changes that they made. Absolutely huge in my opinion, compared to what it is like in the other regions. Opening up more of the items to the blue crystals really does give players a lot more freedom to be able to get the items without feeling like they need to spend money, which is just a really good option to be able to have for the players. So those are the main changes that have happened. Aside from that, nothing else is changing from there. The founders packs are still the same in that regard. If you did not know, they added a $15 founders pack, a $14.99 one. So if you want to get into the beta, you can buy that one. And the beta is going to have a bunch of blue crystals for you available as well, a bunch of royal crystals available for you as well, so that you can check out all the stuff on the shop as well, and get a feel for anything that you want. But guys, that's the exciting stuff going on with monetization from Amazon as we hit our microphone. Professional content creators here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out. Be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/ZZav. We'll be doing a lot of Lost Ark content going forward. And be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time.